What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. And of course, to all the dads who show up every day and own that title, happy Father's Day, man. I hope you guys all had a good one. I know my weekend was booked like every minute had something. Like, we went to like the trampolines with the kids. We went to Little Italy because, yes, of course, Italian. I had to watch Italy play, in which we won. So, yes, shout out to Italy. I know, Euro Cup kicked off, and everybody, I hope you're enjoying it, cheering on your team. I know some of you don't watch soccer. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, man, so that's definitely, a big thing in this household. But Father's Day, guys, check this out, okay? Just want to show you guys a little something because the kids and the wife surprised me with something real cool. They all know how much I love them, and I love comics, of course, but they actually surprised me with a little something. And guys, I didn't even know. Wonderbly, what you guys know about Wonderbly? There's some cool thing that they did. Look at that. So they actually made me a book, an actual book starring the kids, yes, of course, and of course me being their superhero. And yeah, man, it's cool, man. It's all personalized. I didn't even know they do stuff like that. So pretty cool stuff right there. So I guess shout out to Wonder Bleach. Shout out to my wife, of course, for putting that together. Because yeah, um, I know how it is. Trying to surprise your better half when the kids are always around. I'm always around. So yeah. But guys, episode 50. It's a big one, guys. Hitting 50 episodes. I mean, I do this. I do this simply because I enjoy chatting with you, chatting with a new guest every week, and really just talking comics. I had no idea it would be going so well, and I'm so happy to see you guys always showing up every Sunday. So 50 episodes, I think it means we should be giving back at this point. So I want you guys to know that I will do a surprise pop-up giveaway show maybe this week. Keep an eye out. Like I said, you have to be subscribed. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get that notification. Make sure you hit the bell because at any point I will go live and give away to everybody who has been supporting from day one, of course, or if you're new to the channel. Just make sure you're subscribed. So there's that's ongoing now. Um, a lot of positive talk right there. But before we get into, all the fun stuff within the show, I don't know if you guys caught this. There was actually again another bit of sad news. It was pretty sad news. We had another, I guess YouTuber within the comic community pass away, and it was the comic historian. I don't know if you guys follow him or were subscribed to him. The guy's got 3.04 million subscribers, which is huge, but he unfortunately passed away. I don't know if you guys heard about this. 40 years old. Real name is Ben. Did some great content. If you guys didn't catch his stuff, I can't stress it enough. It was pretty cool. Reviewing books, reviewing what's going on, and all that stuff within comics, giving his takes, and it's again sad reminder, and again very strong reminder. Tomorrow's never promised, guys. So definitely, take the time, show some love to your loved ones. I don't know, the details behind that, but yeah, very very sad. Um, so a little bit of a change up for tonight, guys. Change up, yes. Unfortunately, I got hit up by Newbie Comics, who was tonight's guest. Yes, he was tonight's guest. Past tense. So, that being said, yeah. So hold on. Back to the comic historian thing. I'm seeing some of the comments. I don't know. I can't confirm. Unfortunately, I didn't see what news came out regarding it. But yeah, it's very sad. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Tonight's guest was supposed to be Newbie Comics, but unfortunately, he hit me up about an hour and a half ago, saying that he might not be able to make it. He has something going on with the family, so Newbie is actually not going to be here tonight. So we do have another guest who is about to step in. Last second, it was a last second change up, so you'll see exactly who it is. He didn't bail. He didn't bail. don't go at him, but guest will be here very soon, so hang tight. But before we get to the guests. And of course, before we get to the show, I got to do my part. I got to say hi to the chat because you all are here, even on Father's Day. So, yes, Derek's in the house. Derek, thank you so much. Dude, means a lot to me. I don't know you well enough to know if you're a dad or not, but if you are, happy Father's Day to you. And regardless, of course, to your father and so forth. We got Phil. Phil's Treehouse is in the house. What's going on, baby? Phil went live today. If you guys missed it, definitely go subscribe to Phil. Show some love. And yeah, man, he puts out some great stuff. Some of the best camera works as well that I've seen on the YouTube game. Michael Baker, Newbie's not here, but yes, it was his old Sunday slot. So appreciate you being here. Who else we got? We got Love for Comics. Yes. Happy Father's Day. Appreciate you. Yes. Weekly Fix. We're going to get into it. There's a lot of good stuff to talk about this week. We've got TK in the house. TK, how's it going, brother? Yes. Happy Father's Day to you too. I know, of course, you're a dad, and I hope you had a very good weekend with the kids and the wife. I hope they spoiled you, bro. I hope they spoiled you. Lefteros is in the house. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. We're going to dive into some of the Lefteros FOC picks of the week this week. We got Desired Comics in the house, man. What's going on, Desired? Yo, appreciate you being here. We got Christian in the house. Christian, man, appreciate you being here, man. Hey, late. So am I. I was late too, man. We got the missus in the house, my wife. My love for life, of course. Appreciate my wife supporting. And for the awesome weekend, the awesome gifts. I love this thing so much, man. This is... I wonder if CGC would grade this. No, I don't think so. Who else we got here? We got Mr. Idiotic, in the house. Kitty Pryde to be Tom Holland's Spidey new girlfriend in the MCU. Oh, that would be interesting. Nemesis, you joked about it, but no, it's legit. Newbie's not here tonight, so appreciate you coming to swing by. Now, one thing I do want to say about Newbie, I made sure if I was going to get a guest tonight, to step in, I'm going to get somebody who could definitely bring the heat when it comes to talking comics, talking all of, the cinema stuff. And of course, we're going to dive into FOC, and he is very, very wise when it comes to that. But did I find somebody better looking? Unfortunately, I tried my best, guys. We're going to have to settle because Chiapet is in the house. What's up, Chiapet?
Listen, it's hard to be better looking than Newbie. Have you seen some of his vintage images? Come on. That man can wear some cornrows. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the guy, he's the king of Photoshop. But yo, I'm just gonna continue scrolling and say hi to the rest because Kamikaze's in the house. Paisan, yes, we got a big W this weekend. So Italy's got one.
Yeah, it's a tough game though with Spain coming up, eh?
Bro, why you gotta throw it like that?
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just a bitter Greek that I'm not in there. So I'm just taking it out, and you know what I mean. I seen the other pig nations. If anybody doesn't understand that, it's a reference to Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain.
Yeah.
The southern. I just wanted so the other group of my battling each other, and I hope everyone loses. That's all.
There you go. Boita BD's in the house, man. Boita BD going through some struggles at the shop, but they're always holding fort and doing their thing. Yeah, they had some renovations happening in the front, man. It's getting.
That's not struggles. That's a good thing.
It is. They're getting the upgrade. They hit the window, bro. They hit the window of the shop. Poor guys.
Sorry. Yeah. I thought it was upgrades in the sense that they are. But yes,
they're doing their thing. They're doing this thing. But yeah, shout out to Boita BD. Obviously, once all this is done, I'll definitely swing by and show some love. Guy Forge is in the house. Guy, happy Father's Day to you as well. I'm waiting to see exactly what the food menu was for Father's Day. Hit me up in the DMs. Let me see what you got.
Was Guy the one cooking, though? It's not fair if he's the one cooking.
No. Oh, that's true. It's true. I did a Tanya Harding on Newbie Comics. Jesus Christ. JF.
That's old school new Nemesis. I'm not sure everybody knows the reference.
Exactly.
I lived through that time. It was the craziest.
Yeah, JF, what's going on, brother, bro? Appreciate you coming to swing by and hang out tonight. We got Katie, who was just live over on her YouTube channel, so go show some love. We got Ferdy in the house, man. Ferdy, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you swinging by. We got Mike Schwartz, right? There he is. Mike Schwartz, guys. Yeah, man. Yo, Mike Schwartz doing some awesome things, guys. Armored Kickstarter. It is already hit its target in very quick time, man. But you can get issues 1 to 5 now over on the Kickstarter. So go check it out. Armored is great. Absolutely amazing. I actually want to show I don't have it available to me right now, but I want to shout out Michael Schwartz for sending me signed copies of issue 1 and 2 because it was amazing. And it's the J. Lee for number 1, which makes me super happy. It is going to the CGC JSA signings.
had the pleasure
Grady.
of meeting Mike on Facebook. Actually, he had some sweet Uncanny X-Men comics up for sale. We got to talking, found out he was a creator. I'm like, man, it's so interesting, so much information. He sent me a couple of copies of Armored as well. I mean, honestly, it was one of the most pleasurable experiences I've had, either buying and interacting with people in the comic industry, and it really makes comics worthwhile when you have these kind of interactions. Way better than the conversations we have every day, G, for sure.
Yeah,
way better. You know what I mean? A way upgrade. It was a big upgrade.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But Steph's Comics is in the house. Steph, what's going on, Steph? Appreciate you, brother. Yes, of course, Michael Schwartz. Happy Father's Day to you as well. I saw an awesome picture with yourself and the kids. You know, I believe he was doing a signing, which, you know, it looked like there was a good turnout there. So congrats.
Yeah.
All right. Chiapet. No newbie. It's me and you. And we're going to get into a lot of big stuff because, well, we're also going to talk about a certain shop in just a couple minutes. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll hold off for that.
Yeah. Hang tight because we're going to talk FOC. And if there's anybody I know it's ready, it's you. But I'm going to ask anyways. You ready?
Potentially.
Oh, stop it. All right, guys, it's the FOC picks of the week, of course, by our brother Lefteros, literally for some of us. Now, it is for the week of June 17. Now, before we get into those picks, just a simple reminder, go visit Comic Nation if you are in the United States of America. Visit comicnation.us. You got 15% off of the cover price already, and you can get yourself an additional 5% off by using discount code Black Crown. That'll total your discount to 20% off. But Canada, hang tight.
But wait,
this guy's got a little more information here because Comic Legion has now entered the chat. There you go. So
it's like Stone Cold's music. And Comic Legion entered the chat. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yep, there you go. So Comic Legion, you guys, if you're in Canada and you're looking for an online shop to get your FOC orders in with, definitely go visit comiclegion.ca. Now, the reason why Enlist is giving you a 5% off of your first order is simply because, well, they're giving you 20% off of cover price already. So for your first order, take advantage, guys. Go get 25% off of your first order. Lots of good books, especially this week. So, Chiapet, let's get into it because the first one is Annihilation 2099, number 3. This is the first appearance and cover of Red Hulk 2099. Annihilation, I've said it many times, one of my favorite events to take place within Marvel Comics. But now this 2099 stuff, I'm getting into it slowly.
So for me, it gets me because the name is Annihilation. So as soon as they have the Annihilation thing, it drags me into it, you know? Yeah. So I'm a sucker for it, just like you. I wasn't reading actually the Annihilation storyline when it first came out. And I remember I was more into the grounded stuff. And I remember, I think it was Abbott and Lanning. They were the ones in charge of the Cosmic Marvel there. And before they took it over, like it was done. Cosmic Marvel wasn't doing nothing. And I remember it was happening at the same time as another event, I think Civil War, if I'm not mistaken. It was congruent, like around that time, or another one of the street level big ones at the time. And everybody was talking about like, you guys got to read this and got to read this. And I remember did it, and I went back to it afterwards, and I'm like, why wasn't I reading this? This is awesome, because it had this incredible thing where it made the cosmic stuff feel grounded. And it was still like a visceral kind of war and kind of thing. So I'm a sucker for Annihilation. So I'm a sucker for this. I'm buying it no matter what. First appearance of Red Hulk 2099, just add it on. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound on this. I'm done.
There you go.
You got me.
And yes, it was Civil War at around the same time. But no, for sure. Like you know, you hit on many good points regarding that. But for myself, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm such a big fan of the first one that like this is kind of slow for me. I'm waiting to see how it's going to play out.
It's not the same. I'm not even
at all.
I'm just getting it because it's associated.
Yeah, exactly. But
the Red Hawk thing is cool. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, but let's talk Graveyard Club #1 because this is the cover A, and it is an all-new series about a group of friends in a town surrounded by cemeteries. Sorry. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool. The R.L. Stein, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I mean, R.L. Stein, dude. We all grew up with R.L. Stein. But I'm looking forward to this simply for the sake of read. Potential, we shall see. But there's also this really
So
awesome
good.
cover H right here with Erica
Yeah.
Slaughter on it. Yeah, Mercado killed this one. I think this is
Yeah.
awesome.
He killed it. I'm a big fan of Schwartz has a connection to our
He
boy.
does. He does.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a
Yeah.
that's a perfect no, but I love
There you go.
R.L. Stein. I love I've been a sucker all my life for the teen genre, the young A horror genre. I think it's always worked the best, you know? Doesn't necessarily need to be gore. I prefer less gore, to be honest with you, just creepy. You know, I guess Stranger Things would be the most gore, I think. So anything along that vibe, you know, you put the teens, small town, R.L. Stein, horror type thing.
Cemetery.
I'm down. Yeah, cemeteries and trees potentially. So both, you know, I'm down. I'm down with this. And then you have this cover here, the Mercado one, which is it's a must buy, you know, for me.
Yeah. So you're a big fan of the Buffy Buffy the Vampire TV show.
Yes,
Michael
it's
Baker.
great. Yes, Angel wasn't as good, but Buffy was awesome, 100%.
Ironically, Angel had a book over on the cover price shaker list this week, but yeah, man. So again, yeah, we're gonna hold this quote to Chiapet at all times.
That is terrible, but I said it.
You did say it, and you're gonna have to own it. But the Mercado, yeah, it is too good, man. I love this. Now, I'm hoping to see. Do we see Erica Slaughter make her way into this book? We'll see, man. That would be cool. But as a cover, I think it's neat, man. This is real nice.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move forward because we've got Incredible Hulk number 14 now. Michael Baker, I know I saw you comment earlier about seeing Hulk there. Great run right now. Definitely
He's
agree.
right.
Yeah. I did fall back just a little bit on a few issues after the what was it? The Ghost Rider World War whatever.
Yeah.
Is it World War II?
World War II Ghost Rider, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I that was about the time where I'm pretty much at right now within the reads. But this is the first cover appearance of the Eldest, where you can see him there right behind the Hulk, looking menacing, looking pretty big, and a massive threat. We'll see. I'm not up to speed. Have you read on the Eldest at all?
Well, I mean, I read it pretty often. I think I'm a couple issues behind. I haven't read the two that I think Nick Klein's been back for two. I think this week was the second one, or last week, I'm not sure. But every time Klein is back on it, it augments the book immediately. Right. I like the fact that, and it's a few books that are doing this now. Ultimate Spider-Man's doing it as well. And I think the Ultimates will be doing it as well. Like each issue is kind of a complete story, progressing the larger story. And I like that fact a little bit. It feels a little bit like the old TV show in that sense, with a much more horror vibe. So I've been loving this, and the whole Eldest concept, I think is amazing.
Yeah, now Lefteros did actually have this over on the Watchers section within Cover Price's Shakers list, and he mentions to definitely go back and read Immortal Hulk, Time of Monsters, the one shot. Now, I'm sure you guys remember that one. If you don't, that was Hulk from like 9,500 BC type thing, where he's walking through that green door-ish silhouette on the cover. So if you guys missed out on it, now's a good time to pick it up, because if it is going to tie to this, then for the sake of read, I think it's always a good book to have. Yeah, exactly. Regardless, so
the good part about what Kennedy is doing is he's building on what Ewing did in his seminal run, instead of just trying to erase it and do a whole new run. Like, he's taking those concepts and applying it and working within the teardrops of his story that he's trying to say. And I love when creators do that. A lot of times they just come in and do their own status quo. They don't pick up on any of the characters, and it's a little bit frustrating for longtime readers. Where here he's rewarding them a bit. I think that's you just got to bring back Titan, and then we're all happy.
Yeah, no, not Titan. Let's pass on that one. I agree with Michael Baker, especially this being a good upgrade from what we got with all of that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on from Incredible Hulk, because we're going to talk Namor number 1. Look at that. So we have the main cover here. The series is going to explore never before seen sea kingdoms, but I do find this cover A very interesting given the state that he's in, but looking at the Maleev, bro, the Maleev cover, it's available in a regular cover price trade, of course, that you can pick up, but the 1 in 100 incentive.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this is a banger of a cover.
It's mad. It's gorgeous. And first of all, the cover A is pretty damn nice.
Oh, like, dude, it is nice, but this one takes.
No, this one is off the chain. And this is just the blue, everything, the positioning. I don't think I've ever seen him that angle. You know, it's gorgeous. Now, I'm just gonna ask. Do you think this connects at all to Giant Size Fantastic Four?
I think so. I think it would make.
I mean, it has to, right?
Yeah.
It has to. The character that was introduced there, the first king of Atlantis, has to be connected to this. And I bet you he's the one that messes up Namor real bad on that cover.
Yeah, and it makes perfect sense. Especially, I think all these Giant Size.
You sleeping on it, boys? You're gonna miss out.
Yeah,
and they're all good reads too, by the way. So far, the reads have been very good on all of them. Good to great. I haven't read the Daredevil one yet, though. Sorry.
But we said the same thing once we read that book. We all said, "Oh, myself, you, Lefteros," we were like, "Hey, you know, the characters like this is a good character. This is a big character. There's no way this is one shot character.
No, there's no chance. This guy was sick from day one."
Yeah, but anyways, before we move on, I gotta say hi to my brother Face. Yes, Comic Kingpin's in the house, man. Show some love, man. Show some love. Subscribe to my boys, the Comic Kingpins. Nothing but love. I miss these guys so much. I was hoping to get the reunion show underway. There's always something coming up, but we're going to get it. I promise we're going to get it, guys. We need to get the whole crew back together for one show. But Face, appreciate you, bro. Even at work, lighting the signal, bro. But all right. Ultimate X-Men number 5, man. The Hetrick variant. Now, this is the first cover appearance of Earth 6160's Shadow King. Again, I keep saying it. I'm having a hard time with the Ultimate X-Men. It's not landing with me, bro. I don't feel like I'm the minority. Maybe you have a more positive spin on this one.
I've been liking. I mean, listen. Is it my traditional X-Men? No, but I mean, it's a manga-inspired New Mutants tale for me, and I'm down for it. You know, it's a trippy tale. Again, of the 4 Ultimate titles, it's my least favorite, but I think all of them are worthwhile pickups and inform the story very well. And I'm sure the one thing I find, and my brother Lefteros mentioned it, it's a little bit of a light read that probably will read a lot better in trade, you know, but it's clearly manga inspired, and this is where it's coming from. The art is often gorgeous. It's different. And the characters are fun and cool, but yes, I'm not clearly the target market here, you know, and that's okay. I mean, that's it. You know, I get it. It's funny because we talk about Spider-Boy, right? And I feel that they're both kind of books that try to hit new markets. And for me, I'm vibing better with Spider-Boy, for instance, and what Slott's doing there than what Peach is doing there. But I still I still ride with the roll with the Peach one because I'm rolling with all the Ultimate stuff. And this cover is gorgeous. So
yeah. Leftero was saying we should learn exactly how this version fits in soon. I hope so. I'm having a hard time. Like I said, Michael Schwartz saying feels very young Avengers. I like it, but shouldn't be called X-Men. And that, I think that's the thing, right? It doesn't
the thing. It's more of a New Mutants thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think this run has had its moments, and you can tell Peach is having fun. Yes, but it also doesn't help that I'm not the biggest Peach Momoko fan, and I don't say that maliciously. It's just it's the truth.
No.
I mean, yeah, she's passionate about this, and it comes through.
What I find about with
young
Peach,
adult.
I mean, and to be honest with you, Peach is not a comic book artist. I find she's an artist, right? And art elicits reaction, and some of it gets you, and some of it doesn't. You know, she's very free with how she draws. You know, so elicits reaction. So, you know, I could get why sometimes she works for me and sometimes she doesn't. Like in the same book, you know, sometimes I'm like, what is she doing here? But I admire the fact that she'll go for it. You know, I'm like, wow, you know, that's big. More power to you, girl. You know, go for it.
Yeah. But anyways, let's move on from the Ultimate X-Men because we've got Ice Cream Man issue number 40. Because yes, this is still ongoing, guys. The cover B right here, which I think is a very neat cover. You've got Ice Cream Man cover depiction by George Coelho. Very nice. Total cover selection. This is not a pickup for myself read wise. I like, the whole Ouija board thing going on. But yeah, Ice Cream Man. I remember it had its pop when it was doing some of those what were those homage covers? I forget those old books. Cat in the Hat.
Oh yeah. That,
Yeah,
that was when it was like, ooh, killing it at that moment. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Those were popping, man. Those were popping. But yeah, this is a very neat cover. Total cover grab. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
picking it up.
Uh, Probably not. I
Yeah,
mean, to be honest with you, I never got into the Ice Cream Man thing. It was, there's X amount. Like I think the covers are a little bit too creepy for me. To be
yeah.
honest with you, I'm a
Too
little bit
creepy.
more. Yeah, it's a little bit too creepy. That's more like Sam Al, one of our boys from the chat, would
Yeah,
right up his vibe. So, but I think it's really cool. It's a really cool cover.
yeah,
I just probably, that you got to eventually draw the line on what you're,
for sure.
what you can't collect everything,
Yeah,
So this
no,
one
I
would be,
feel
but
it.
it's pretty crazy that it's at issue 40 for
Yeah,
an indie book of this
yeah.
type. That's pretty awesome, to be honest with you.
Yep, I agree totally. But let's move on because we talked indies. We got Cult of the Lamb. Sorry, number one. The second printing. Now, first printing did very well. Even on the secondary market, man, those ratios, they're pretty sought out after. But here you got the second printing of the first issue of a series based on the critically acclaimed video game. Now, again, I've said it before. Video game, I totally passed on it. But the more I'm seeing this book, and I did read the first issue, which was really fun, I am fully on board. I think I'm gonna play the video game too, man.
Uh, I love everything about this graphically. Okay,
Yeah,
so I haven't read the issue, but the logo's cool. The art is really cool.
yeah,
The concept of the name, it's Cult of the Lamb, is just sounds like a great vibe. I mean, I can see why people are flocking to this. They're like sheep to it, I guess.
yeah. I see what you
So
did there. Yeah,
to
Michael
stay in the
Baker,
shepherd.
Michael Baker, reminding you that there is indie comics that are at 350 issues. Just putting it out
Now,
there.
which one would that be?
Yeah, gotta love Spawn. But yeah, man, Cult of the
Yeah,
Lamb number one hits a second printing. Now here we've got a couple of books when it comes to the Energon universe, later printings. First and foremost, that Duke looks absolutely amazing. Let's look at those connecting covers at the bottom because that is absolute madness. And of course, you also have the black and whites, and then you've got Cobra Commander right there. This is, I believe, the fourth printing, if I'm not mistaken, and it's absolutely insane. So good. I'm totally picking these up for the sake of cover.
I've gotten every one of the damn Energon Universe later printings. They got me.
Yeah,
They got me every single time. I mean, honestly, their marketing team, more power to Kirkman and the crew. They've killed this rollout. God bless them. You know what? Everybody needs to pay attention to this.
yep. I love it. So good. Gotta get those connectings.
That
But
Duke cover. Look at the Duke one. Like,
yeah, the Duke is sick, but the Cobra Commander is like, wow.
yeah,
For
yeah.
me,
No. I mean,
yeah,
they're all. But I mean, across the board, their production has been incredible as well, and the stories have been good.
yeah, very good. But let's move on because we've got New Mutants 98. This is a 3D polybagged edition that includes a pair of 3D glasses. Because, of course, if you want to see the first appearance of Deadpool in 3D, well, here you go, I guess. This is not up my alley at all. At all. I don't know about you.
Listen, reading New Mutants 98 off the stand. Well, no, picking up New Mutants 87 cable cover off the rack was like, what's happening in New Mutants? Why are they cool? Okay,
Yeah.
like this doesn't even make sense. Then later I realized Todd enhanced that cover for Rob a little bit, and then I read it all the way through till 98, and then seeing Deadpool for the first time, I'm like, I love this dude. Right off the bat, they're basically Spider-Man with pouches and guns, so
Yeah.
it was just too cool. I was not really familiar with Deathstroke, where he bit most of his things at the time because I was more of a Marvel guy. I'd seen Deathstroke and the beautiful Michael Zeck cover, with behind his back for Deathstroke
Yep.
number one, but I was never really reading the book as well, So this has a special place in my heart. I got the facsimile. I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
the enhanced 30D version as well. I mean, yeah, I'm a sucker. That's it. It got me.
Yep.
You know, I still have a soft spot slightly for Rob sometimes when he has that one panel when you're like, oh, I would have loved this as a kid. But then he does Major X, and it's a terrible, terrible rollout, and the book is terrible. There's floating heads everywhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, Rob, what are you doing?
Yeah, Derek, let's not give ideas to Marvel for a scratch and sniff when it comes to Deadpool, because we all know what we might be smelling, right? But yeah, so there's this now, of course. Yeah, Action Comics issue 1067 has a 1 in 25 incentive, which happens to be the thumbnail of this episode. And simply because Ben Oliver absolutely killed it, I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous cover. And I love how you see his eyes, like just very subtle, but the red just pops.
Perfection.
It's so nice. Yeah, this is an awesome cover.
Ben Oliver is an incredible artist. I remember liking his work back when he did the first run of Ultimate X-Men, the later issues. Like, I mean, this guy is he's awesome. And this cover is just beautiful. I mean, honestly, look at that. The shadow across Superman's head, the cape, the blur on the cape, just perfection. It's awesome.
Yep. Very well done. But let's move on because we've got Ain't No Grave, number 3. This is the 1 in 25 incentive, of course, done by Scotty Young. Ain't No Grave has been pretty good out the gate, man. I think, a lot of people are enjoying the read, but these, ratios done by Scotty Young. Obviously, Scotty Young fans, I put them up there in a class of their own because Scotty
I'm one
Young.
of them.
Yeah, exactly. You are one of them.
Yeah.
You going for this one?
I mean, listen, it's tough to get. I mean, you can't get them all, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I got so many open order ones, and you get selective afterwards. The thing about Scotty Young, the really interesting thing is, he may be a better writer than he is an actual artist.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think that's a bold statement because obviously, like I said, Scotty
think about his art. Look, I love his art. Okay? I buy it all the time. Yeah. But look at Strange Academy from issue 1 till the end was banger. The best young adult comic on the market at the time. There wasn't anything close. He literally created it as if it was an episodic television. Every single issue. Every character was well-rounded. I mean, still clamoring for it. The only one that's ever been as good for Marvel before that was probably Young Avengers, the first run from Alan Heinberg. So, and his cover art is cool, but sometimes it gets a little bit redundant, right? But his work, his writing, like this is totally different than I Hate Fairyland and Strange Academy. And I didn't read his Rocket Raccoon, but it might be good. And I didn't read his Deadpool run, but I heard good stuff about his Deadpool run as well.
Yeah.
So he's selective with his writing, but he's really good.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Writing wise, I think Scotty Young is incredible. And I agree even more with the Strange Academy stuff because I really enjoyed that too. And I'm sure many did as well. And I also like the pairing with Ramos, right? So yeah, it's great team up right there. But yeah, so here's the 1 in 25 incentive for Ain't No Grave issue number 3. Now, speaking 1 in 25 incentives, Daredevil Woman Without Fear number 1. Of course, you got Elektra here by, this cover is done by Tran Nguyen. I think this cover is absolutely sick. Love it.
So,
yeah.
It's incredible. And she did an incredible Scarlet Witch cover as well.
Yeah. Now, I'm not too sure. I don't think there's a version of this, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think a version of this would look sick. Absolutely sick.
Yes.
And I'm not even the biggest Virgin comic collecting fan. I don't care much for the, I prefer trades most times.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is sick. This is well done.
Incredible.
Yeah. But all right. We'll move on from this one because we got Final Fight number 1. Guys, if you were a gamer and if you especially played Street Fighter, you should know what Final Fight is because yes, fighting games, arcade games. Dude, Final Fight was absolutely amazing. I myself, with Comic Legion, made sure to order 5 copies of Final Fight. Got multiple covers. I even got the blank just to make sure I order 5 copies to get this 1 in 5 incentive because it is awesome. I love this movie poster homage going on over here.
I actually haven't seen it. This is the first time I'm seeing this.
Really?
This is incredible. I love the whole 80s kind of warriors type vibe, like that. Oh, it's wow. It's wow. I love when they do a new kind of thing that we haven't seen in a while. Like, and this is something that we haven't seen in a while. I love it. The whole thing.
Yeah, dude. And here, Michael
There you
Schwartz,
go.
shout out to Michael Schwartz, because that is exactly what it is. Here, I'll show you guys very quickly. But yeah, it looks so good, man. Hold up. Here you go. So here this is on eBay, so you can see the poster. Look.
There you go. That's why I probably remember that VHS, and when I went to the movie, when I went to the VHS, the video store, a Blockbuster, well, before Blockbuster, probably Galaxy Video.
Yeah, so good, so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, Face, I'm happy you got, you let out some weight, you feel better, but no, it's actually not on the list, but I will talk about that at the end once we get to, get through all of these books. Wolverine #1, the 1 in 25 incentive. Now, again, I keep saying this many times. I feel a certain way about taking a cover and then making it a 1 in 25 incentive that was available, on the first print. Now we come to a second print and we get it as a 1 in 25 incentive. Whatever. I still prefer, the cover A. Like I just said, well, not the cover A, the original spoiler. I love the character. I love it. I love what they're doing with all of this stuff. But how do you feel, Chiapet, about this now being the 1 in 25 incentive? I can see they touched it up a little bit, right? It looks different.
It's a weasel move in general.
Yeah.
Let's be frank. But a lot of times the covers look really great as a virgin, right? Like this one, this image is kick-ass, Same as that Peach Spider-Woman one, right? And it's popping off now as well. So, I mean, they look great as virgins. It's still a weasel move to pull that kind of stuff, That's how I feel it. I still want it. I'm not going to say I don't want it, but this cover looked great from jump. Yeah. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, what's happening? The concept, by the way, using Dakin to be this whole individual character instead of just merging Wolverine and Ghost Rider. Spoiler alert, by the way. The cover is literally right there. Yep. Is ingenious. Is it Percy who thought of this? Is it somebody else at Marvel? Giving Dakin his own kind of identity and his own unique feel to him and purpose. Wow. Yeah. Talk about repurposing a character. Like, I mean, this potentially could be up there with, like, I don't think it's ever going to reach that level, but like Winter Soldier / a Red Hood level, where you took a character who was gone and they remade a whole different character out of it. So, yeah. Wow. Great move.
Yeah. Michael Schwartz, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Thank you for swinging by. And of course, happy Father's Day once again. Hope to catch you. Well, I'll talk to you. Well, we talk pretty much almost every day now. So I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Left Arrow saying he's not with it either personally. So yeah, here's what it is. But let's move forward because we got Ultimate Spider-Man #4. Same situation. The 1 in 25 incentive. They're doing the same thing. But of course, look, I think it looks great, but I hate that they keep doing this. I hate that they keep doing it.
It really is nice.
It is a nice cover. It's great, but they're doing it as well for Ultimate Spider-Man 4. This is the 1 in 25 incentive. I don't want to repeat the same things. I think we all agree.
but I'll take this time to mention this comic again. I mentioned it in our chat that we have. Join Telegram, guys. Great chat. We all share information.
Yeah.
It's been really fun getting to know people. I made a lifelong friend in BC over there. And this book, I read issue 6, hitting the stands on Wednesday. It literally is the best book of the year, maybe the best book of the last 5 years as far as superhero comics go. Hickman and Chiapet. I'm speechless. It's so mature and yet action-packed and forward moving, and the way he's pasted monthly, where it's made it where you're skipping a month, and then he uses the dialogue to catch you up on and you feel like Peter's life is progressing, but you're not missing anything. How is he writing this? I don't understand. It's incredible.
It's well done. Well done. Yeah. let's move on from Ultimate Spider-Man because we got Usagi Yojimbo, the Crow, number 4. This is a 1 in 40 incentive. Now we've seen, some of these incentives as of late popping off. Some of these characters looking awesome. I'm not up to date with the reads, man. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not reading it, so I'm not going to pump this any further. And guys, by no means are any of these books we're talking about being pumped as, hey, buy them all. You make of this information what you will.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Yeah,
forward.
Especially with incentives, guys. Be very selective.
Yeah, exactly, man. But we did see. I think what was it? Was it issue 2 or 1? I don't remember which one it was. It was exploding on the secondary market.
Wasn't it 1? I think it was 1.
Yeah, something like that. But it's a beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. I love this, and yeah, man, they're killing it. They're absolutely killing it with Usagi Yojimbo, man. Ferdy, appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Leftero's putting out some great information, of course.
Always. Yeah, guys, he works so much at these things. You have no idea. I witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah, I literally messaged. He sent me his FOC slides this morning at like 5 a.m. I'm like, bro, do you even sleep?
Nonstop, guys. Yeah. And I hope he's not listening, so you won't hear me praising him, because that's not how we roll. But yeah, he does a lot of good work. I'm very proud of him, to be honest.
Gotta love brotherly love. Brotherly
love. That's where it stops, though, because once this goes off, who knows what we're gonna be arguing about? The minute detail. But this cover is sick.
Put him in a fucking sharpshooter after this, bro. But all right, man.
Flying elbow.
Yeah, let's move forward because X-Force number 1, man. You were talking New Mutants, and we got a lot of the new X content coming out. We got X-Force number 1, and we're kicking it off here with the main cover. Here you got the introduction of Tank, who may be a revamp of an existing character, but hang tight, Chi. I see the excitement, but let's not get too excited because we've also got the 1 in 100 incentive. This cover right here by Clayton Crane looks amazing. Yeah, looks amazing.
I was just telling one of our fellow chatmates, Nicholas Thuo, how I've noticed that Crane's been doing a lot more Marvel work on the incentive side, and I think that's maybe because the exclusives have dropped a little bit. But I've also noticed a whole variety of artists like Frizen, Crane, and a few other ones that are doing the X-Men covers and the incentives.
Yeah.
And I think that falls with DeFalco, because I think he's the new editor of the X-Men line. And they probably want to make sure that they hit numbers that they want to hit. And how do you get X-Force to hit certain numbers? Bring back one of the most famous X-Force artists, right? Yeah. Crane from the Messiah Complex run, the one right after Messiah War run. Bring him back, make him do the cover. Crane has his following like Nicholas all the time. And this cover is just literally, it's a banger, right? This one is great. But the whole book I'm excited for. I've always been a fan of Forge.
It's so sick. I love it. Yeah, man. Forge is awesome. But guys, X-Force number 1 passing FOC this week. So don't forget to pre-order if you are, of course, a fan. But one thing that's not on the list from Lefteros that I do want to mention, by no means is this speculation related, or do I think this is going to pop. Just want to shed some light. If you're a wrestling fan and if you love lucha wrestling like I do, Rey Mysterio, look at that, man, in a comic book. So this is pretty fun. You got this whole little Luchaverse number 1 taking place. So I'm pretty interested in this. I think it looks pretty cool. They got some real cool covers as well. I'm not sure if you can see here. This one right here. I love this. This is basically Hulk 181 having a baby with that Muhammad Ali and Superman book. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
the boxing one.
It is so good. Here, let me try to
bring it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that one up and make it big because it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Here you go. So I love this. So good. Good.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. It's great. I remember the first time watching wrestling and seeing Rey Mysterio, and I'm like, well, who is this madman?
Yeah,
and loving him. Like this, he was the first one to break through like that.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And like I said, if you're a wrestling fan, you might enjoy that. But guys, those were the FOC picks by Lefteros, so definitely support Lefteros. Go and visit comicnation.us. If you're in the United States, get yourself an extra 5% off of your order when you order your FOC order with Comic Nation. They already give you 15% off, and get yourself an additional 5 by using discount code Black Crown. And then Canada, like I said, Comic Legion has entered the chat. And if you're wondering who is some of those people behind Comic Legion, Chiapet, congrats to you doing your thing. Guys, go subscribe to Comic Legion because every Monday they go live on their YouTube channel now. They just kicked it off, and they've got some amazing deals taking place every week. So example, tomorrow they're gonna have a show. They're gonna pick what they think is the hottest book of the week and give you guys a crazy discount on that book. So you got first dibs at getting it for dirt cheap. So go show some love to Comic Legion. Use don't use Black Crown as the discount code. It's actually Enlist. So Enlist gets you an additional 5% off. You already got 20% off of the cover price, so get 5 more. FOC. And then don't forget to go and visit coverprice.com, the best comic book price guide around. Those guys are putting in the work to give us one of the best tools within comic collecting, man.
Love it.
Yeah, but Chia, we spent a lot of time on FOC, but we're going to spend we're going to spend some fun time right now over on the market. So, sir, you ready?
Definitely ready, because Baker's in the house, and I gotta make sure to love every one of his picks, because I live in fear of Baker coming after me.
Yeah, one Spawn book, I promise. The fun stuff. Market report, guys. Of course, books that have been trending over throughout the week within CBSI, Cover Price, You Talk, eBay, Go Collect, Key Collector. You have a list. I'm watching. Ferdy, you're in the chat. I watch your shows, bro. I see which books you are talking about, my friend. So let's get into the first book of the week. Of course, Superman 264, first appearance of Steve Lombard. I always wondered if it was based on Lombardi, right? Vince Lombardi.
Probably.
The cover itself, right? Like, I was like, first appearance of Lombard, you got this football thing going on, but no, I don't think that's the case. But if you don't know who Steve Lombard is, well, within, the whole Daily Planet stuff, he's not Jimmy Olsen, that's for sure, but he kind of rivals, but yet is friends with Superman, Clark Kent. But anyways, CGC 9/8 sold for $481.50 Canadian. This one came in at number 1 on Cover Price, number 5 on CBSI. And what's interesting about this is, well, apparently he's been casted. So the confirmation's there. Obviously, a sale took place, right?
Listen, I would love this comic in 9/8 just because of how cool it is and a vintage, old school Superman it is, right?
Yeah.
Now, as far as the casting, it's an ex-SNL alum. Always thought he was really funny on SNL.
Yeah.
I presume he's going to be some good comedic relief versus Clark, probably being a slight rival, being maybe the douchey kind of like reporter type. I'm in for that. James Gunn probably does that awesome. That's right up his alley. I think the character will be good. I think it's a good book to have no matter what. If you came across it and you're a Superman collector, I would definitely pick this up.
I think the window's closing, my friend. I think the window is closing. We're gonna have to wait this out, I think.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, 100%, because it's going. I mean, if I came across it at that price and I had some disposable, I'd probably pick it up. I think it's probably gonna go a little bit higher after this for sure.
Yeah, North 49's in the house. North 49, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate you being here. And my favorite guy to hang out with and just shoot the shit right here. Cliff on Comics. Sorry, Chiapet.
What about me? I'm literally in the call now. You have to suck up to me, not to the guy who was here last week.
You're up there.
Bro.
Did you not see his rant on Absolute Power? That was amazing. I watched it at least 18 times.
I personally think it was too harsh. I'm telling you straight up. I think the man was too harsh.
It was great. Derek saying Superman can't handle the Tom Brady stiff arm. Yeah, clearly not, even without the hand there. I think this is a book that is literally still out there and hasn't been repriced. Yeah, you might be.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but you got to do it ASAP.
That's a veteran comment by Lefteros over there. That's a vet. Yep. That's a vet move.
Exactly. But yeah, so Superman 264, guys, if you have the opportunity, go now. But don't pay premium, please. Do not go crazy. So let's move on. We've got Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, number 1. This is the 1-in-10 ratio by Ryan Gonzalez. Raw high, 68 Canadian dollars. Now, I did see this, mostly along the lines of, we'll say 35 to like 45 Canadian dollars. The high sale being 68, which I found absolutely impressive. Came in at number 6 on Cover Price and CBSI. And shout out to Cover Price, because this Friday, while I was on with them, myself and John, they gave away I think it was the 1/100, the Virgin, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so they gave that away. So definitely go show some love to Cover Price. But yeah, this one came in at number.
That actually, yeah.
Yeah, Came in at number 6. A great read. I really enjoyed it, man. I didn't expect to like really dig this out the gate, man.
I think actually the esteemed Cliff mentioned this last week, how
Yeah.
good he was, how Duggan was on his X-Men, and how he wrote. I mean, I don't think he mentioned this, but his Cyclops and Jean were incredible. How well he wrote them, as well as Sync and Talon, which is the older version of X-23. Anyways, if you're not reading it, you wouldn't know there was like a weird thing in the bubble. Anyway, so whatever. I'm gonna go back. I mean, I don't want to get the weeds. Yeah. And then it meandered at the end a little bit, but it was still an excellent run. Not as Hickman level, but it was still excellent. Yeah. And then I always had a high. I always held him in high regard. And then I read this. This was amazing. Just the concept was cool. The cover, like my nephew thought it was something out of Star Wars when he first saw it.
No, the cover 8, yes. And shout out to Cliff. Shout out to Cliff for saying more excited about the cover 8. The cover 8 is so good.
The cover 8 is really, really good. Yeah. So it's, again, I'll say this, and I've been saying it in the chat, and I've been saying everywhere. Since around like the Energon universe blew up till now, we've been treated with so many good books.
Yeah.
That are popping up because they're good books, not because they're
2024 can be summarized as that. It's been a very awesome year for reading comics. I love it.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's gonna go down as one of those years since the Energon universe till now. Yeah. And then, guys, don't forget, we're gonna get a new Justice League of America, probably with Wade and Mora on it. We're gonna get probably we're getting a Hickman Wolverine book. So the back half of the year, and if Gail Simone knocks off with Capullo, yeah, sorry, I forgot about that dude. And Marquez and Simone and Jed and Stegman on the X-Men books, man, who knows what the second half's going to be like? Yeah, this has been an incredible year.
Yeah, it has. It has. Hyper's in the house. Yes, shout out to Chiapet and I guess me. Cliff saying, "I love when good books are just good." And this is where we're at. This is where we're at. And
those are the most staying power ones.
Yeah, exactly. And I do want to correct myself. It wasn't a ratio. Yes, it was a exclusive version of this cover. So that's what was given away on Friday over on Cover Price. Every Friday, giving away some stuff for you guys. So definitely go show some love. Now, moving on. This was awesome. I caught this on the Cover Price chick and I was like, holy shit, this is sick. This is Batman. The animated series. Almost got him. So you can see it comes with a little cassette. Because yes, guys, we used to listen to cassettes back in the day.
Is this the first Harley?
So this is the debatable first appearance. Now, although this does not get acknowledged as a comic, I guess that is why it gets overlooked as the first appearance, right? But approximately 5,000 copies of this is in existence. If I'm not mistaken, this is from season 1, episode 35, in which, this cassette is basically playing over and you have the book there. Now, this was still sealed. As you can see here, and it sold raw within the seal for $1,100 It was a Cover Price shaker. What a massive sale. This is cool. This is very cool.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'd love to have this. This is like one of those things you have and you show people, like, look what I got, and then it's universally kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're not a comic fan, because everybody growing up a certain time watched this show. So this is just a really cool piece of memorabilia that's very comic oriented on one of the greatest animated. I mean, I would have probably said the best until X-Men 97.
Yeah,
I think X-Men 97 is a better show than this. I mean, God bless the show. It's good.
Yeah.
X-Men 97, I think, edged it out.
That hurts. It hurts to say that though, because for myself.
Sorry, go.
No, I was gonna say myself growing up, it was this and it was Spider-Man 90s. Like that's what I grew up on, and then X-Men came into the chat, right?
I would agree, but there's nothing wrong with LeBron being number 2 to my MJ. It's okay.
Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't mean you're not great, right?
Yeah. But yeah, this is awesome stuff. So Cover Price shaker this week. And of course, Futurama 53. I didn't know if you knew about this, but it was the only copy in a 9/8 on the CGC census. And this copy sold for $345 Cover Price shaker. And what's interesting about this is that, from, I believe it was issues 50 to 55, you could get these collectible blacklight posters within it. This one has the poster number 4 of the 6 inside. So pretty neat. Again, these books, I don't imagine they're pretty much, out
No,
there to come across, especially in high grade, right? So this is a neat book.
this is a later in the run as well.
Yep.
Like this
Yep.
was almost print to order. You know what I mean? Like this was there was no extra at all. This is a pretty damn cool book, 100%.
Yeah.
All these like Simpson universe type things were pretty cool from the Bongo stuff. Like I've always like dabbled. Do I really want to enter that kind of realm of collecting because it could get you down another rabbit hole that I'm not sure I want, But they're cool, definitely.
Yep. Awesome. And speaking awesome, Uncanny Swag is in the house, bro. We just went through some X-Men stuff, man.
Fellow X-Men fan right there. We're living the
man.
dream right now, Uncanny Swag. We're living the dream now.
Appreciate you, Swag. It's the first weekend in a long time where I didn't get the opportunity to catch Spinetics live yet, or the replay, simply because I was celebrating Father's Day all weekend. But I will catch that replay tomorrow morning, so I'm looking forward to it, Swag. I know you pick up some gems every week, but yeah, Futurama Comics issue 53, CGC 98, $345, pretty cool. But let's get back into my video game territory, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, Blood and Thunder, number 1. This is the hologram foil. This sold again, very impressive sales. CGC 98 was $675 again. This is a big sale for this book. I know everyone seeks out this holo foil. Well, not everyone seeks it out, but it's the one that really has the money thrown at it. And dude, it's badass. It's badass.
It's back when they made the foils the right way. All the incentives back in the 90s were the right way to make it. DC does their incentives pretty good still, but Marvel, like, now this new thing where everything is just like a shiny cover. This one is cool, and I'm wondering, because if the foil is pristine, right?
Yeah.
And you could probably maybe try to screen it for a 99. This thing.
Oh.
I mean,
nowadays,
it's tempting, right? I mean, I wouldn't pay this, because it's not my drug of choice, the arcade ones. But if I was the arcade collecting video game guy, I'd go all in on this. This is too cool to not have. I mean, like the dragon and everything for sure.
Yeah. What's even more interesting is that a 99 did actually sell, and it was
there
in
you go.
2020. Yeah, it sold in 2020 for $715. So this one's like $40 shy of that 99 sales.
Well,
imagine if the
99 ones now,
yeah,
over a G for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Is imagine a 99 now, comes back to resurface. Maybe that one from 2020 sale that went through. Maybe it gets relisted.
Oh,
I imagine it hits 4 digits, man.
Oh, easy, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, bro. I feel you, Ferdy. Man, I wish I had this. But anyways, let's move on because we're back into Baker Shaker territory. We're going to kick it off with Spawn 347.
Let's go.
Yep. Singapore Comic-Con 2023 exclusive. The Puppeteer Lee Virgin Foil. Look at this. 99 CGC sale. $1,626. This is absolutely heavy coin right here for this Puppeteer, which, hey, to each their own.
God bless Spawn fans. They are the richest fan group I've ever heard of. It has to be. They're manic. It's God bless them. God bless them. They collect what they want. They love it. Todd's cultivated with, by the way, being a straight shooter, giving you the best bang for the buck on the market. No one's even close. $2.99 books, printed exquisitely, pristinely. As a shop, I can't even remember having a return, guys. Like, they're incredibly produced, great art. Yeah, you know what? God bless.
Yeah, Michael Baker didn't buy this one this week, guys. I promise you. But this is a big sale for this book. But let's move on because back into video game territory, we have Sonic Super Special number 7. Look at this. Now on this cover, which is really neat, man, because it kind of gives that. You remember Marvel was doing the frame variants?
Yeah, but this must be an homage to one of those old Teen Titans one or something. It looks like.
I'm not too sure. I'm not sure.
70s Titans books or something, or the DC books. They used to have like the special. They used to have like the because they looked at the frame. Like, I know you talk about the Marvel frame. 25th anniversary. But I think this is more of it's like showing you the cast that is in the book. They used to do that in the DC books back in the day.
Yes, and what you have here, you obviously have Shadowhawk, you got Savage Dragon, Union, the Max, and Velocity. I think it's cool, man. I think this is a neat cover. You had a CGC 98 sale take place for $235 US. Michael Baker bringing this to my attention. Thank you, Michael Baker, because this is an awesome book. And of course, you got Sonic, Knuckles, everyone else.
He just wants to tempt you, to show you what's
out there.
He knows what he's doing. He's poking the bear. He's poking the bear right now. That's what he's doing.
He is. Now he's got me on the hunt. So let's move forward because I don't want you guys to be on.
To be honest, too.
Yeah. No, I don't want you guys to know about it. Let's move forward. Wizard number 6. Sam Keith cover. Look at that. 3 CGC 98s on the census, and a 98 just recently sold for $400 this week. Again, a Baker Shaker. Gorgeous cover. This is sick.
I used to like reading Wizard magazine sometimes more than the actual comics of the week. I used to love Wizard magazine. And early on, Wizard had incredible covers. Incredible. There's obviously the Todd one, issue 1 is incredible. This one is great. Do you remember the Venom one? I think issue 10 by Bart Sears or something?
Yes, dude. Okay. I actually had a big talk with Jeb about that book, but we'll talk later.
Incredible. Just incredible book after book. Like all those ones were great. All of them.
Yeah.
Well, Jeb must love that one. That's one of the best Venoms I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. He just recently picked it up, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's insane. Now he's got me hunting one. So we were talking about that book, and yeah, it's Wizards got so many good covers, and I think a lot of people. Yeah. I don't want to say they overlook them or they just don't even, the Wizard books, I wouldn't say are too hard to come across, but there are some issues that are tougher than others. So I love this. I love this book. I think this is a great cover. And yeah, man. So yeah, Baker Shaker, baby. This is how we do, bro. Michael Baker showing up.
Guys, every week. This has literally become one of my favorite sub-segments of online comic stuff.
I love it, dude. Look.
Because he brings, other than the Spawn stuff, which he's obsessed, and God bless him, like we said, the other obscure books he searches out, like this,
dude,
I would never have known it's happening.
Yeah. Now, one thing I do want to say is that every week, Michael Baker, like come Monday morning, is hitting me up and he's sending me a ton of books. Like it goes all up until showtime. Like I could be going live at 8:59. He's still sending me books. The guy is still going. And I swear to you, like 95% of the books that I do hit up with Baker Shaker, there's some that I pick and I still credit Michael Baker, but I would say like 95% easily belongs to Michael Baker. So shout out to Michael Baker. So let's keep it going because he brought us Green Lantern 59. Wow. This is a classic book, of course. First appearance of Guy Gardner, CGC 8.5, selling for $775. And of course, with everything happening now DC-wise with James Gunn and so forth, I've heard a lot of Guy Gardner talk.
Look, I would definitely, I'm all in on this. If I could get a good price on this, I would buy it immediately. This is a classic book. It's classic. Any of these Green Lantern keys like this one or John Stewart and obviously Hal is Impossible, whatever, I love it. As far as the DC, I know everybody's like, oh, Nathan Fillion, he's going to be Guy Gardner. Love the casting, love the dude, He's good, tight with James. Look, man, they can't keep all the lanterns. There's going to be something bad to happen to one of the lanterns. I think Guy's going to bite it. Maybe not the first project. Maybe not. He's going to be the lantern that's going to bite it. How many lanterns are they going to have in the DC movie universe? So they get confusing. They're going to have him bite it. I'm telling you, everybody, it's not going to be Hal because people would freak out if it's Hal, right? It's going to be Guy. It's going to be tragic. We're going to love him the way we love Yondu. And he's going to break our hearts. So whoever's preparing, buy this because it's a great book, not because of the comic, not because of the movie spec. That's all I'm saying. That's what we buy it for.
Of course,
not because of the movie spec.
Spot on. Not touching Baker Shakers in this economy, for sure, man. But let's keep going because Baker Shakers is gonna roll. Loki #1. You guys remember this one, the art germ that came out. Of course, it was available in a trade, but the 1 in 100. I just wanted to show you guys it's still holding, right? Like this is doing pretty well. CGC 98, $270. I thought this would probably come back down shortly after its release, especially at it's available at a regular cover price within a trade. But no, this is still holding relatively well.
Well, our gem is like, I mean, this reminds me a little bit of that other crazy cover he had with the bunny ears and the underboob that he had recently for a Batman book. I don't remember what it was. Like another great book, but that one was open order. It wasn't as like this, but this thing is. I mean, look at the work that he did on the crown, on the horns.
Oh yeah, the detail, bro. And then you got that, like,
and then look at the neck piece. Like this thing is a masterpiece. And no wonder
it's the mystical aura coming off of the titties. That's really what matters.
I try to keep it PG. I've already got it like flagged by Derek with the teens comment. He snipped it, man. You know, but yeah, obviously the titties slash the green and slash fur coat thing that's going in the hair. Yeah, there's obviously another element to this that makes us really want this cover, but it's not shocking that it's holding. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times these incredible covers, they drop, but then when they drop, everybody buys them because as soon as they see it for a good price, they jump on it, right? And then they get absorbed in the collection and they become more and more rare again. So again, incentives are a dangerous game, but some of them are irresistible, as Loki is as a lady.
Yep. Of course, Lefteros, I was going there, man. In my opinion, our gym draws some of the best boobs, man.
Wonderful boobs. It's for sure.
And with a green aura. But Cliff's saying random resurface and just a cool cover. No depth for me going after it. Yeah. I tag Black Crown on every breast in my post. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. And don't stop it. Now let's keep going because we're talking Dr. Doom. Lefteros. Nick, go check on him, please. Make sure he's okay. The second print. There's 31 CGC 9/8 on the census of Dr. Doom #1 right here. I love this cover. It is so good. CGC 9/8 sold for $350 Again, Baker Shaker, baby.
I'd love to have this cover. This storyline, I believe it's the one that happened a few years ago, right? That's the one that it was a great story, great run. I can't remember who the writer was. I think it's the same writer who did the Iron Man for a while, where Iron Man was broke. I can't remember his name. Super well done series. The only problem is, sorry.
No, I was just going to tell you that this is Christopher Cantwell and it's from the 2019.
Yeah, it's Christopher Cantwell. That's right. It was a great run. Loved it. I think La Roca drew it, if I'm not mistaken, and then he drew the second print as well. Yeah. And the only problem with any Doom book that's awesome, I can't own in my family.
Yeah.
Like guys, when I price books for the show, the live show, if it's a Doom book that comes up, I know it won't go on. Like there's no point of even dreaming of this book because it doesn't exist in my. So wonderful book. Would love to have had a chance to own it, but even if I do, it'll be ripped out of my hands. So
So there you have it. But dude, 31 on the census in 9/8. So I think this is a great book. You're right. This is La Roca, and of course, $350 for a CGC 9/8. I think it's justified. My honest opinion. Yeah,
I paid easy, 100%. But what's the point? I'd have to hide it. I couldn't even show anybody.
Yep. Every week, Michael Baker puts us all in more and more mental debut. It's crushing. Yeah.
Yeah. He does a number on us.
Yep. But let's keep it going because did you ever hear of Battle Pope #1? Battle Pope was Kirkman. Okay, Kirkman is behind this. Now it's such a wonky read. Origin and first appearance of Battle Pope. Check this, bro. CGC 9/8 sold for $633. That is some pretty impressive coin for a book I'm almost certain not many people paid attention to.
It's hilarious. And I'll tell you what's even more hilarious. Okay. I had one of these up for sale on my show that everybody passed on. And I even said to myself, they're lost. I get to keep a weird, obscure Kirkman book.
Yeah.
And it was in incredible condition. Well, guess what's being sent to CGC now?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like $8 Canadian.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
This guy flexing on the fact that nobody claimed his book.
No, because I thought it was such a cool book. You know what I mean? Like I go, this is a really cool book.
It is. But it's wacky, bro. Like it's such a sick read. It's very interesting, man. If you guys haven't yet, go back to read this, man.
I didn't read it, by the way. I just saw the cover and I thought this is,
Yeah, it's some fun Kirkman stuff, bro.
But it's a perfect obscure, wacky Kirkman kind of vibe, right? Like he did that. He does that kind of thing. It's almost a precursor to his Invincible because it had that weird, wacky humor as well, right?
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yeah, exactly. But
cool book. Yeah, really cool. Glad I own one.
$633 pretty impressive. But let's keep it rolling because we've got some, Lady Deadpool stuff. A lot of people.
Blake Lively.
Yeah, so I kept seeing, the first print, on Cover Price's top 10, and at CBSI, and I was like, let me look at the later printings. Now we've covered the third printing several times as well on the show, so I said, let's look at the second print. Now, you can guess, you can understand why Art Germ has the better boobs, in my opinion. Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth. Issue number 7, the second print and first appearance of Lady Deadpool, CGC 98, sold for $550. It's up there, bro. It is really up there, especially it's at, like, this particular sale is at, and if not more than some of the first appearance and the first print, of this book. So pretty impressive.
Because this one is probably a little bit more rare, and it has the character front and center. So people are gravitating towards it.
Yeah.
And it has that Liefeld, je ne sais quoi, terrible art, but I can't look away thing that he does. He may draw the worst guns anybody over 8 years old draws. Bar none. Yeah. They're terrible. I don't even understand how he gets away with it. Like, get a book and learn how to draw a gun. But look.
Tell us how you really feel, Chiapet.
But I love Liefeld. Like it's this weird thing. I mean, he's terrible, and I love him. It's an addiction. It's like watching the Leafs lose. It's terrible that it happens, but I still I love watching it. Oh, I love it. I can't stop. It's an addiction. So no. I mean, this book is obviously something I would not buy at this price. If you really want to be a completionist, wait a month, guys. Wait till August. You're just gonna get it for half the price. If that's what you want. But it's still a book I'd like to have in my collection. So in a month's time or 2 months' time, I will, because like Deadpool's going to be around for a long time in the MCU. Lady Deadpool ain't. Okay? I mean, maybe if they have a cartoon, they might put her in there. If they do a cartoon Deadpool, like an adult cartoon Deadpool that they were doing with Danny Glover, maybe she'll be a character there, right? But this ain't a long-term character. It's popping off because of that. Wait a month or 2 months, you'll get it half the price, Find a nice raw one, maybe. Just wait it out. Pay a third of that price, then get it CGC. But it's a book I definitely want. I definitely want to have the collection. So 100%. Awesome. Yeah, I want it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
because I'm addicted to the Rob Liefeld trash.
$550 Chiapet for a CGC 98 of this awesome second print. Now, here's an interesting one because comic book guy, the comic book number 1, of course, the Newbie Comics was supposed to be on, but very fitting regardless because, Chia, I know you watch The Simpsons. There's 34 Universal CGC 98s of this book on the census, and a CGC 98 just recently sold for $400. Of course, we love the fact that it's homaging Fantastic Four, but I think it's also an impressive sale considering there's only 34 on the census.
I think this is warranted. Yeah, I think it's going to be a book that you can have in your collection. I think it's the price. I don't think the price is out of whack. I mean, I think that this is probably a hard book to come by. Who was reading Bongo comics? They must have been younger, skewing people. Were they taking care of them all the time? No, man. I think this is like I said, if the Bongo comics were a drug of my choice, right? I would definitely would pay that $400 for this. This is probably one of the big ones, right? An homage to the FF, all that stuff. This is probably a big one.
Yeah. Hyper
on the board again. There you go.
There you go, man. Yeah.
I'm shocked Hyper's on the board on this one.
Yeah, dude's got one of the most wicked collections I know. But so I agree with you, man. Yeah, I agree with you. This is a great book to have within your collection. Now let's see if the trend continues with Hyper because we've got Moon Knight number 1. I know he has this one. Yeah, so here's obviously the first appearance of Raul Bushman, but CGC 98 sold for $300. Now, the main reason why I wanted to bring this on here is to show you guys where it's ended up, right? This did hit some serious numbers, dude. I was seeing CGC 98 selling for 1,000 Canadian back when Moon Knight was about to make a big debut within Disney Plus. But yeah, man, this took a pretty steep nosedive.
Oh yeah, massive. But I mean, it wasn't even his first appearance, and it was way overvaluated.
Oh,
let's be honest. It was COVID bump and manic MCU bump for the wrong book. Like his first appearance makes sense, and he's a classic character and a character like, and I even like the show. But this was always bumped, and it's it's on an upswing now as well. By the way, because everybody thinks Giancarlo Esposito is going to be Raul Bushman in the next one.
Yeah.
That because he was wearing with a vest, and he's not going to be Bushman, guys. He's going to be something a lot more government oriented. He's not going to be hands on. I mean, I don't think it's going to be somebody. I think it's going to be Gyrick. So whatever. I'm just throwing it out there now. So
yeah. I'm telling you, I agree with Leteros.
Yes.
When it's a great time to buy this run. Yeah, there's a lot of good books within this. The run itself is great. And of course, you know, this issue #1 is just, it's an awesome cover. I could deal without the chest hair at the front, but besides that,
it's a cool 80s, 70s vibe. Let it go.
Yeah, I'll let it go. But yes, this is a great one. Yes. I think we're both on the board for this because of Boîte à BD. Yes, thank you to Boîte à BD. This is where I picked up 2 copies, and yeah, man, it was just a great deal. Now, to see the book hit 1,000 come to this point, I just wanted to shed some light on basically what Leftero said. It is a good time to buy. I'm sure you could find this raw for like back within that range of $40-$50 Canadian, maybe $60.
Easy buy.
Yeah.
Easy buy.
It's a good buy. I think it's a good buy. Yeah,
Dan
De La Torre's in the house. Yeah, Dan De La Torre's in the house. He says he won a 9.6 of this Moon Knight book recently. So congrats to you because it is an awesome book. I'm happy to have it even in 9.6. I got 2 9.8s and I was happy to.
Even I got my raw. Yeah, I got a raw one. Yeah.
JF saying Moon Knight, bang. Yeah, man, dude.
That's JF's love.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope we, dude. What's his name? Oscar Isaac kills it. I love it.
They're talking either season 2 or Midnight Suns. It's happening. Midnight Suns is pretty much happening. We'll talk about it later, anyways.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. So CGC 98 $300. But moving on, Superman 233, classic Neil Adams right here. Of course, CGC 9.0 $600. Again, this is just classic Neil Adams. Now, I had the opportunity to meet Neil Adams, of course, before his passing, and it was just a great exchange, man. I absolutely love Neil Adams' artwork. This one right here, obviously, it was like the end of Kryptonite within this issue. It was good. I love this book read-wise, but specifically the cover. The cover for me is just, it's always going to hold the test of time.
Well, this is a cover buy, right? I mean, the end of Kryptonite. I mean, Superman books at this time weren't the best. I don't think. Is this pre-crisis?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So this is before Byrne did his number and then they ruined everything again. And then he fixed it, and then they ruined it again with Bendis. But anyways, this is an incredible cover. I easily want this in my collection. Yeah, this is awesome. And I mean, classic. And Neil Adams, I mean, he's not doing any more work. By the way, he was a little bit loopy towards the end of his run. By the way, God bless the man. He was opinionated, shall we say? But he was a fun convo.
I mean, Neil Adams, rest his soul. He put out so many bangers when it comes to covers, and this one being one of them. I consider it I would maybe put it in
every artist, by the way, all the Lee guys and everybody, they always say he was the greatest. They always praise Neil Adams. He changed the game completely when he came out. Completely.
Exactly. But yeah, awesome book, man. CGC 9.0 sold for $600 US. I don't recall if I said it out the gate, but yeah,
Yeah, you
just
did. You did. You mentioned.
yeah, just a reminder. But yeah,
My eyes spun back.
look at this Sabretooth Classic #1. This is a newsstand, and it is the only copy on the CGC Census in a
Wow.
9.8, and it's sold for only $199 US. I think that was a pretty good buy. Whoever picked this up.
It's a cool book. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd love to have it because it's like a weird, obscure Wolverine book, right?
yeah,
One of the books I
Saber.
want this year is yeah, but I mean it's Wolverine adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the books I want this year is first appearance of Sabretooth. I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have that. I mean, this is a cool book as well to have, and it's a newsstand, and that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, I haven't even seen this book before.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time I'm laying eyes on it. So
Yeah,
it's cool. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat, man. Newsstand from 1994, not too bad. Exactly,
Yeah.
man. And again, only one on census. Now, Leftero was saying that the Superman 233 not close to being his best cover. I agree. Like I said, top 10. It's been homaged a million times now, but and rightfully so. It's just one of it's a classic cover. It is what
I
it
think I
is.
skew more towards his Batman work. It was a little bit more moody,
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah. But all right, let's move on from Sabretooth. I want to talk this Psylocke #1. I don't know if you guys have ever even seen this book, but it's gorgeous, man. This is a sick wraparound cover. You got the second print right here of
never seen
Psylocke
it.
#1. There's 36 Universal CGC 9.8s on the census, and a 9.8 just recently sold for $775 this week. It is very obscure. You don't get to come across this pretty often. So if you do see it in the wild, hey, man, just remember this moment. Get that book if you find it for cheap because it's sick, dude.
Wow. Does
Beautiful
Hyper have
cover.
this one?
I don't know. I don't know. He's saying
No, never saw this before either.
I don't know if he's talking about this or the Sabretooth one. So we'll give
Okay,
him
yeah, either way. Yeah.
couple minutes to catch up.
Yeah,
on
they're
that.
both they're mutant. What about Uncanny Swag?
Yeah, New Mutants. Sorry, New Mutants. Uncanny Swag. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I think this is awesome, man. There's not many out there, and it's very neat cover. But all right,
yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, I'd love to have
Chia,
this.
I want to wrap it up with this gem right here. You remember this? Eminem is
Yeah.
back, baby, and yo, the sales are going and going and going because, well, Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is the Hustle Edition Eminem variant. CGC 9.8, $600 US. It is a Baker Shaker. Now, one thing I do want to show you just very quickly, because you remember when this book dropped, right? This was all over the internet, making some crazy sales. Shout out to Cover Price, of course. Let's look at the highest known value raw was $1,000.
Wow.
That was selling raw, dude, for $1,000. Absolutely mind blowing. Sorry, that was the signed copy. Sorry, I made a mistake. So that was the signed copy. Let me find you guys very quickly. The CGC 9.8. I want to get to the 9.8 of it because right now we're going to compare just the 9.8. I don't want to see the preview. Sorry about that. So here, show more, and we're going to get to. Oh no, hold on. Is this it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got it.
So there's signed copies, and then there's obviously the unsigned copies limited, right? So we're gonna get to this one right here, and we're gonna grab the CGC 9.8. Let's see what that was selling for. What was the highest sale? If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was about $2,500, which is again super impressive. Yeah, there you go, $2,500. This was back in December 23, 2022. So, you're talking a year and a half ago. Yeah, dude. $2,500. It's come down, but it's still making some sales, man. It's pretty impressive still.
I'd love to own this. I wouldn't pay for this.
No, of course not. I agree with you. I wouldn't.
Like if I came across this, I would pay a nice chunk, but I couldn't go for $600 USD.
Yeah,
not for me. And I love Eminem. These are the two greats. One of the greatest comic character of all time. And one of the greatest rappers of all time, I mean, and I love Houdini, so I'm so happy he's back.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
I'm not gonna end it there because, of course, with Eminem being back, the one with the autograph right there, we finally got one come back from CGC, and of course with the JSA 96 label on it, $910 for an Eminem signature version of this Hustle Edition Eminem Spotlight variant, of course. So yeah, pretty impressive sale right there.
That is, yeah, there you go. It's a 9.6 and it's a 9.10. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's coming now.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're going to be coming. They're going to flood the market now for sure, 100%.
That's now, and I did right before hopping on. I was looking at other books, other sales, and like you said, it is starting to really roll
for
again.
sure.
So
100%.
yeah, Chia, boom, that was the market report. Now, guys, we are going to talk on
great books.
topics. Yeah, I promise you guys we'll keep it rather short, but we are going to get into some of the hot topics of this week. So, Mr. Chiapet, for the last time tonight, sir, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go, baby.
Let's hit it.
Right now, there's a lot of hot topics that we could have discussed, but we'll get into some of the fun stuff this week. Now, first and foremost, I want to start with the community stuff because, Chiapet, I was telling you very briefly about this, but our brother Hudat, yeah, man, Hudat was a guest on the show. I don't know if you guys saw this, but CBCS, I guess, has a lost and found division going. Basically, Hudat brought this, and shout out to Hudat. Dude, Hudat is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Great dude. And it's funny because I've gone on the hunt where it's kind of wrestling themed and stuff like that, and he could come off as a certain character, but of course that is
that's
it's the name of the game, baby. But behind the scenes, dude, Hudat is one of the nicest guys in the world, and he brought his copy of this 4.5 X-Men #1 to Fan Expo Dallas, right? He went to CBCS's booth to get it basically, recased because he wanted the upgraded look. It looks, and I don't blame him. They look way better. But apparently, he posted over on Instagram that it kind of went missing. He handed it in at the booth, and then it never arrived to the headquarters. So the book went missing. He made a post, and dude, I don't know how he kept his cool. I would have like shown up at CBCS for this. I don't think this was a good look. For those who did see this post, for CBCS, of course. And yeah, man, so now he just recently posted that it was found, and thank God it was found, because this is not a small time book, bro. This is X-Men #1, man. This is fucking
the Grail for me. The Grail. This is it.
Yeah. Exactly. So
that's cool. Yeah, that's some good news. Some great news.
Yeah, exactly, man. So it started off very rough news, but I'm happy to hear it ended up getting found. Now, of course.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, and you gotta love the community, man. A lot of people coming together, sharing the hell out of this, making sure that it gets its rounds, and people do come across such a post. And of course, I'm so happy to hear that it was found for Hudat. But what a scare! What a scare, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's terrifying. I would have been freaking out.
Yeah, I really hope.
You're bringing it to the convention to hand it in because you want it to be more safe. Because it's an X-Men #1, so like, okay, I can't make it down to Florida to wherever CBCS is. I'll bring it to the convention. I'll hand it over to the dude, and I can guarantee it gets taken in.
Yeah,
and then it still goes missing.
Yeah,
that's too much. Exactly, Swag. The Grail. You're right.
Exactly. Hyper, of course, his weekend's made because of all the books that he has from the market reports. But yes, one day this will hopefully be Uncanny Swag and Hyper, and maybe even myself and you, sir. I'd love to own the #1, a $10,000 book. Damn right, they better have found it. Yeah, trust me, heads would be rolling. Heads would be rolling. I'd give it like, guys, I'm counting 72 hours. If you don't find this thing, I swear to God. But yeah. So happy to hear Hudat, man, and I'm sure he's gonna share his side of the story now that it's been found. But let's get into the big talks of the week, sir, because we kicked it off with James Gunn here confirming that Batman Part 2, the Batman, of course, with I keep forgetting his name, the Twilight dude.
Robert Pattinson.
There you go. It's still moving forward, and the film is slated for a 2026 release date. Now, just to give you guys a little idea as to why this even came out news-wise, is because we found out the movie is getting delayed, and a lot of people were coming out saying, guys, this is not a good sign. This, I honestly feel, especially with the timing of things with the DC stuff, it might even create confusion, right? Because you have this Batman taking place, and then if James Gunn is going to give us an actual Batman for his DC universe, the timing is kind of off-putting, right? So it's going to confuse too many of the average viewers too. So again, I actually still believe, although James Gunn is saying that this is still moving forward, I still have my doubts. Chiapet, how do you feel?
I think they're gonna let it happen. Okay, because they don't want to blow up relations with Matt Reeves.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing. If you were to ask me, company perception wise, trying to restart a universe, I would be of the mind to say we should not have two Batman films going around.
yeah,
For two purposes. One, Matt Reeves' Batman, the first one, was exceptional.
yeah,
And the second one will be more so because it'll deal with Hush. It'll be cool. It'll be something that the DC Universe Batman cannot be.
yeah,
Because it's a different tone. So you'll always have the comparisons from one to the other. Okay? And by nature, by its essence, the Batman in the DC universe will not have the same ground. This is even more grounded than anything Nolan did, by the way. It's more like a seven slash. I mean, this is like
it's Detective Batman,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, it's a serial killer Detective Batman kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I found it exceptional. I loved it. But you'll always compare it, and it also sends a mixed message to the audience.
Yeah.
So I don't know, logically, James Gunn squashing it makes logical business sense.
No, it doesn't.
Because of the Matt Reeves thing. And I'm wondering if they just let them do 2 and 3 at the same time and let them come out back to back fast, get it over with, and be done with it, or they just give him one more. There won't be another 3-year process before we get episode 3. There won't be. They can't. It's too many mixed messages happening. It's going to be too much.
I'm fine with that. The 1-2 punch, like you said, give us 2 and 3, and then let's move on. But I think we'll get quality too. I'm
not doubting that. Listen, I never hated Pattinson because he's an amazing actor.
Yeah,
I'm young enough to remember. I'm old enough to remember when Heath Ledger was. Everybody hated the casting of Heath Ledger. Yeah. Everybody and their mom hated it. You know what I mean? And then he was exceptional. Yeah. I even like the Ben Affleck casting. I don't think anybody cast has looked better as a Bruce Wayne than Ben Affleck. That dude is a drawing of the old Batman Adventures character. Giant chin, big barrel-chested. That dude looked like Batman. It's not his fault Zack Snyder can't write a proper Batman script. Yeah. You know? So I think this will go ahead. I don't know how much we're going to get out of it. And I don't know how long it's going to last afterwards. So we might get 1 or 2 back-to-back, and then it's done. And it's sad. Unless, of course, the Superman movie fails, which I doubt. And then who knows what happens.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Hawk, who's in the chat. Appreciate you, Hawk, for swinging by. Guys, go subscribe. Show some love to Hawk, man. He's doing some awesome stuff on his channel. Yeah, great videos. And, of course, tons of giveaways, man. So definitely go try and get yourself one of those wins and go show some love, man. But, yeah, man, I agree with you. I want that 1-2 punch. I'm fine with that. But anyways, let's move on because speaking James Gunn, man, DCU finally kicks off in December. I don't know if you saw this, but IGN also talking about it, responding to questions on Threads. The DCU's James Gunn confirmed that the first entry into his new universe, the animated show Creature Commandos, will arrive in December. Of course, you could click the link in their bio for more info. But yeah, man, it looks like we're finally getting some traction here. I'm looking forward to seeing the animated of this. So Creature Commandos is going to be fun, man. I think this is going to be a good time, man. I'm
all in on this. I mean, again, the animation has been exceptional for other things that we've seen recently.
Yeah.
So bring it on. I mean, is it going to be released on Max? Is that what we're thinking about? HBO?
Yeah, I believe it's going to be HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken.
Series or movie?
No, I think it's going to be a series.
Okay. I'm cool with that. More content through December. Perfect.
Yeah. So
hopefully we get a holiday themed episode.
oh yeah, dude, like they did with Guardians.
That's it. That's what I want.
Yep. Well, it's gonna be arriving. At obviously the end of 2024. So yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
Me
This is
too.
good stuff.
I'm all in. Let's go. Let's get the gun universe started. The
Yep.
Gunniverse.
Yep. But all right, that's that. Now, The Boys confirmed to end with season 5. So season 4, well, at this time that this was posted, was saying that it's set to premiere this Thursday that just passed. Now, I got to watch a little bit of that episode. Chia, did you watch?
I watched all 3.
Mhm.
Listen, I just love The Boys.
I'm on episode 1, FYI.
So I'm not going to spoil anything because I'm sure other people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The show has just been exceptional. I never read the books. I'm wondering if the books were as good. I presume they were because Garth is incredible. The concept is great. I do find sometimes the gratuitous violence a little bit distracting to how good the story is, because I think the story is legitimately a wonderful story and the characters are progressing. I do think it's time to end it though. If you're going to constantly have, oh, we got to kill Homelander, and then we avoid killing Homelander because there's a reason. There's only so much you're gonna do. And Sage, yes, Cliff, Sage is a great new character.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks.
Cliff saying that the show is superior to the comic, and Baker calling Chia out again. So there you go.
This is, you guys are killing me today. You guys are killing me. You know what? Fine, I'll own it.
Yeah, Homelander was right.
So I think it's run its course in the sense with this cast. If you want, I heard they're going to do spin-offs, and I enjoyed Gen V as well. I didn't like it as much because look, Homelander is clearly the villain, but he's the villain you love watching him do sick things, right? That's what you watch Homelander do, right? And you're like, how depraved can he get? The feeling's mutual, Michael.
Michael Baker with the sickest comment tonight. This is absolutely
the most depraved comment about it.
Outrageous.
So I mean, it makes sense that it's winding down though. It's time to go.
Yeah. So Cliff saying there's much of the show is superior. There's a few things he liked better within the comics.
I'm not even going to ask that coming from Cliff. I don't even know
now
what that means.
You're pushing it too far. Michael Baker telling Chia he's a top 3 guest on the show.
Listen, it's facts.
Yeah.
I've been here 3 times. That's why it means top 3. I don't know if anybody else has been here 3 times. That's why.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think, ended on a high note. Season 5. Yeah. We'll see now. Like I said, I only started a little bit of episode 1, so I was like 10 minutes in. I didn't get far into it, but I am going to try to watch it this week and make sure I'm fully up to date. So
brace yourself, because Mother's Milk is a lot skinnier and people are freaking out. The dude lost some weight and everybody's angry at him. Anyways.
All right. Well, I look forward to it. So moving forward, Chia, we were talking a little bit about this. The Fantastic Four will reintroduce Latveria. It will be revealed that Franklin has the X gene, although the film does not explicitly state who it originates from. Him and Valeria will be brought over to 616. Filming begins next year. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Fantastic Four right here. I think this is big news if it's factual. I hope to see this play out because I love Franklin Richards. He is such an OP character within comics. The guy could literally make you pocket universes or whatever you want. So yeah, this is big.
Well, I love the fact that they pushed the connection to Galactus. That was always cool, right? That was, I think, pushed by Hickman. I think it was. That was second. I think it's really interesting that Valeria is coming with him. That means, I presume, we're going to have an older Franklin, which is even cooler, instead of just a baby Franklin, which I think is a must. So maybe Franklin will be around 14 or 15, Valeria around 8 or 9. So that's a big thing. The one thing I don't get about this post where his X gene comes from, both his parents are weird, freaky superheroes. They both gave him the X gene. I'm not sure some of these writers actually know what they're talking about or haven't read an actual comic book, but I just let it slide on that one. And I'm super jazzed for the F because, like I told you on the Cover Price show, I don't believe there's ever been a better cast, acting-wise, ever for a superhero movie. I don't believe. Like if this was I saw a tweet. If this was the latest cast for Glass Onion, or for the what's that Knives Out tale, right? If this was everybody would think it would be the greatest cast of all time. Like, look how cool this cast is. That's the cast you got in this movie. I don't know how Marvel pulled this off. What Shackman had to do to get these guys on board. But whatever he did, he better not mess us up. Because I have a lot of faith in Shackman. He did great work in Monarch and in WandaVision in the flashback episodes.
Yeah.
So that lends me have a lot of faith in what he's going to do for the vibe that's going to be in the FF's world.
Yeah, no, I agree. Uncanny Swag, that annual, I'm telling you, is so undervalued. It's such a good book to be picking up, and I just want to shout out.
Double Key.
Yeah, Double Key, man. A nihilist, baby. And Cali Comics is in the house. Cali Comics, nothing but love, baby. Appreciate you being here, bro. But yeah, man. So spot on everything you said. I do hope to see this play out, and I do agree with Dan saying that he hopes the MCU doesn't overthink the Fantastic Four storyline. I think they're ready. They're gonna play their cards right with this one, and I look forward to it. But let's talk more MCU stuff. Sorry about that. I skipped one. We'll get to the other one. Doctor Strange 3 apparently is going to be featuring Doctor Doom. Now, the character will appear in multiple projects leading up to Secret Wars, of course. And I kind of like that concept. I like that idea. I like the fact that, Doctor Doom would pretty much get the Thanos treatment, right? That's the slow build I want, if this is to be true, of course. Dimension of Darkness, Doctor Strange. Where is Clea and Doctor Strange headed off to, right? How does Doctor Doom tie into this? Well, it's starting to make a little more sense, right? When you start talking about multiverse stuff, Secret Wars, the build up towards that. But if they play out the Doctor Doom stuff in this manner, I'm all for it. Like I said, I want the slow build, the Thanos build. We got Thanos in post-credit scenes, like literally saying one line or just a smirk, like literally doesn't say anything. I'm okay with that. Chia, what's your thoughts?
For me, everybody talks about the Thanos build. Dude, we saw Thanos at the end of Phase 1 in a post-credit scene. We saw him in Guardians. And then I think we saw him in one other thing in the Thor post-credit scene. And then we saw him in Infinity War. I mean, Thanos, his presence was felt through the stones. And because people talked, like online media, people like, after they saw him in Avengers, like, it spread. The news of Thanos spread to the pop culture, right? Who Thanos will be, right? And then the event, like in Age of Ultron, there was no even reference. I mean, was he in the post-credit scene? No.
In which one? Sorry, Age of Ultron? No.
Yeah, was he? No, I mean,
Age of Ultron was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Oh, no. No. They died in that one.
No, it might have been at the end of Age of Ultron where he grabbed the gauntlet and said, I'll do it myself. Anyways, I'm not sure. But I mean, he wasn't an ongoing presence. So I think they have enough movies and runway to introduce Doctor Doom on the same level, as long as you're not ending Doctor Doom after Secret Wars. Like, the thing about Doctor Doom is he survived Secret Wars. He's not a one-off, right? So you can have him there, introduce him, do what you want to do, but that dude better be around in the MCU post Secret Wars. And if the FF is, so will he. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So I read a lot of it will be like a thing where he's going to be constantly around as a character in being an anti-hero. And as long as they do that, however they want to introduce him, I'm down. That's what I want as Doom.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I want it to play out. But moving on from Doctor Doom, we're going to talk about this, man. It looks like Marvel's Blade loses its director again. This is another major setback for the MCU film because, yes, it's been constantly pushed back. So now with him stepping out, I think what was even more interesting than this fact was this right here. I don't know if you saw this, but I always botch his name. It's Marshala, right? Marshala Ali.
Yeah, whatever. Let's go with what you're saying.
Ali. Yeah, we'll go with Ali's attorney, Shelby Weiser, comments on Blade production delays. That deal was in 2019, and they still haven't shot it, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional experience. I think that is,
Okay. I mean, first of all these sites running with this quote didn't even pay attention to click on the link that where it came from. and it was an article discussing like the 20 most powerful lawyers in Hollywood, right? It wasn't a movie production thing. And they asked him, I didn't read his part, but I presume they would ask him is what are the craziest story, what's happening with Blade and whatever, Ali,
Yeah.
And he mentioned that anecdote, right? Let's remember one thing about Blade. Ali went to Marvel, busted down the door, and said, "Hey man, I want to be Blade." Blade wasn't on the docket, and then Marvel said, "Yeah, you win Oscars. You're amazing. Yes, we're gonna put you as Blade."
Yeah.
So then 2020 happened, and for the next 3 years, we had a pause in everything in the world, right? For the next 2.5 years, the world stopped. So it's understandable why the movie wouldn't be produced, especially if Ali himself is pushing for changes in the script to ensure that the script is good. Guys, we went through a whole 3-year process where everybody said, "Hey, let's calm down with the movies. Let's make better scripts. Let's take our time to make sure the movie's good." So them taking time to nail the script so the movie could be amazing is the good thing. We should be happy this is happening instead of them rushing a movie.
Yeah.
I find it weird. Now, them losing, I heard of from certain people on there, on the Twitter sphere, talk about how he's the one vetoing certain things. And he's the one vetoing directions of script and directors, right? And if that's the case, I doubt he's in danger of leaving. Now, if it's on him being the originator of the delays, then all bets are off. But if what people are saying, like Variety and everything, he's pushing for a better script and he's pushing for a different direction, then he's obviously not angry at the delays because he knows that there are going to be delays if this is happening. Does that make sense what I'm saying or no?
No, for sure.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Like you said, man, we're going to see. I think this is, again, another blow to the movie. But, again, I just hope it's for a good cause. I just don't know how many more setbacks the fans are willing to accept at this point.
If they get the right movie out there, fans will be more than happy. Blade chopping up vampires with blood everywhere, rated R, we're all going to be happy as long as they hit it right. And people talk about how easy it is to do a Blade property. Well, Blade 1 was pretty good. Blade 2 was exceptional by Guillermo del Toro. Blade 3 was trash, and the Blade series was the Blade series. We're not going to even discuss it. So it's 2 out of 4. So it's not that easy to do a Blade movie, by the way, to make it interesting, especially if you're planning on using Blade to spin off the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
This is an important property for Marvel because they really want us to nail it to tie in the whole Man Thing, Moon Knight, Elsa Bloodstone kind of corner, Ghost Rider kind of corner of their universe. Black Knight, he's the linchpin, basically. So, sorry again?
No, I was going to say, and that's the thing, right? Like you mentioned Black Knight, and we got Blade's voice technically. With Black Knight, and it kind of feels almost forgotten since the Eternals, right? So I just feel these delays are kind of going to hurt it.
I get it. It probably shouldn't have been announced, but what are you going to do? The guy walked into your door. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to not say no, to that. It's a big pop at the thing. It was a PR stunt, 100%. They didn't know that COVID would happen and that the script would be tough. Look, I'm just happy that it's not Chiapet there pushing the script through and him leaving the project. It would have been worse off. It would have been a bigger blow, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's hope they nail it. They get the Midnight Suns property off the ground, and we have a good run with the Blade.
Yeah, but besides delays, now we're finding out that people are not even going to be within the MCU. Everybody's going to be rioting because Taylor Swift will reportedly not appear in Deadpool and Wolverine. The dazzling singer might not be in her MCU era after all. Chia, what are we going to do, bro?
Look, I got no beef she's in it or not, okay? I get why they would put her in. She's good friends with Ryan and his wife, so it makes sense. And Sean Levy, so you'd want her to be there. And putting in a pop star in a property like Deadpool for her, or Megan Thee Stallion for She-Hulk makes sense in those properties because they break the fourth wall. You're almost kind of waiting for pop culture references. I prefer that over a pop culture reference my brother called out immediately from day one, back in 25 years ago when Macy Gray was in Spider-Man 1. He's like, why are you putting a star that's prevalent now, who's not going to be long term, in a movie to take me out of the movie long term? And he was right at the time, and I give him credit for that, you know. So, but in this movie, it makes sense because you're referencing the time. You know, it ages differently, so it makes sense. Even if she's in it or not, it doesn't float my boat. It's like cameos, right? People go crazy about cameos or something like that. Yeah. I don't go crazy with cameos. You know, that doesn't make the movie. I want the movie to be good and the cameo to be the cherry on top. You know, so this would just be a fun cameo that wink to the audience or not. I personally do think that she's good, well casted as Dazzler, as long as Dazzler's not a focus point of a movie. If you're gonna do like Jennifer Lawrence, where she blew up and you made all the characters focus around Mystique, which made no sense, then it's no good. If Dazzler walks in and she's a pop star and the X-Men go see her in a concert, you know, with Lila Cheney, that makes cool. That would make sense. And if she's gone, that's perfect for me. You know, she can't. She may be a great actress, but just like sometimes with Tom Cruise and The Rock, you see Taylor Swift, and it's hard to get into a role. That's the only problem I have.
Yep. I agree with you. I do think this is a swerve, given how much, you know, this has been at the forefront. It's been getting a lot of light. But whether she's in it or not, whether she be Lady Deadpool, whether she be Dazzler, it's crazy to see how far people have speculated how far this has gone. Comic-wise, you know, sales have exploded. Can't stand her. Looks exactly like my ex Ginger. JT you killed me with that one. But yeah, man, see, people are kind of like annoyed of it. But again, it would be great for the MCU. I can just imagine how many people are going to flock to the theaters. But we'll see. You know, they're dumbing it down. But guys, those were the hot topics. Now hang tight, because remember what I said about, you know, it's 50 episodes, guys. It's 50 episodes. We're going to do some surprises at random, and we will have a surprise giveaway show. But why not? Why not? It's episode 50. So why not just do it now? How do you feel about that, Chiapet? How about that? How about this? Check this out.
I'm a little bit upset because I should be watching instead of be co-hosting, so I have a chance to win.
Well, that's too bad, sir. I reeled you in. Now, guys, check this out, man. Comic Legion came up clutch, just messaged and said, congratulations on 50 episodes to Black Crown. So they're giving away this Last Rolling Lost Years director's cut right here, and they're giving away a copy of Armored #1. That's right. You had Michael Schwartz come join me, where we spoke about the book. Now, we're going to be giving these away just as a quick thank you, of course, for all of you who tuned in on Father's Day. So shout out to Comic Legion. Show them some love, give them some love, because Comic Legion is making their way into Canada with a statement, guys. So this is on behalf of Comic Legion. Please subscribe to their YouTube channel where they go live every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and they're giving crazy deals on books. Yeah.
Some of the books that we gave as the weekly books, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, Wolverine, Doom #1, and they were like below cost, below cover price. Like it was a murderer's row of this year's books that popped off. Just saying, I really think that you guys should follow Lefteros and BC. They give you all the news and all that stuff. And then Comic Legion sales on Monday nights are pretty damn good.
Yep. I appreciate the love my way, but definitely agreeing with you on everything you just said about, you know, Lefteros with the great information, but Comic Legion doing their thing. So guys, to the 25 of you that I see here in the live chat right now, definitely going to give away some cool stuff. So all you got to do, guys, is hashtag in the comments right now, Comic Legion. So hashtag Comic Legion, one word as you see it right there on the screen. Get those in right now. Put it in the comment section, and we will give those away to one lucky winner tonight, whoever gets that going in the comments. So get yourself some free books tonight, guys. Shout out to Comic Legion. Like I said, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow over on Instagram. They go live every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and you're going to get yourself some cool books, man. I have a feeling I know what tomorrow's special is going to be just by the thumbnail, sir. Just by the thumbnail. I hope it's that.
It most likely is, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a good book, too. And so many good covers. It's... you know, while we're waiting for them to load in, and I was thinking about that actually as a thing. When Marvel is done superior to DC, it's created sub brands within its brand to augment its publishing profits. Whether it's what's happening now with this one right now, which seems to be launching another brand. It's Star Wars brand. It's Aliens and Predator brand, which is going, and they're putting some top tier creators, and they're keeping them kind of like ongoing as well. And I think that's it's Ultimate Universe now brand as well. And I think it's really helped give it multiple facet thing going now, you know. And I think that's helped it a lot, which DC needs to start improving on. I think. Well, they're coming out with the Absolute DC line, right? Which probably comes out of Absolute Power as well. So
yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. And there you go. Leftero's dropping the link to Comic Legion, so definitely go and subscribe. Like I said, live every Monday. If you're within Canada, get yourself some great deals. And if you missed out on books at FOC, they got some stock for you to definitely pick them up. Come right before New Comic Book Day. So good luck to everybody. I think we got pretty much. Well, we're 26 in the chat. I'm seeing 13 entries, so half of us are not even doing the hashtag, guys. This is your opportunity to win, not mine, not this guy below, because technically, I mean, if he wants, he can just go head on over and pick those books up. He's gonna be probably shipping them out to you, right, Chia? We're gonna
most likely, 100%.
We're gonna put you to work. So I'm gonna close it off in a few seconds. So I'm gonna give it a 10-second count. We're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to be drawing and making sure that one of you. Oh, hold on. We got a 15th entry. Okay, I gotta hang tight.
Comic Sheet came in. Comic Sheet and Baker.
Yeah, Michael Baker came in. Comic Sheet came in. So now we picked up 15. And there you go. So, okay, I'm going to draw this now. So good luck to everybody, guys. And again, thank you so much for coming to hang out for episode 50. I can promise you we're going to kick this into high gear now moving forward. There's a lot of stuff coming your way. Guys, best of luck. Let's see who's going to win this. We're getting the drum roll, and it's going to Don Cintron. There you go, Don. Yo.
Congrats, Don.
Yeah, Don. So very simple, Don. Hit me up on Instagram if you'd like, or go to Comic Legion's Instagram. Yeah, man, go check out Comic Legion over on Instagram. DM them with your shipping address, and they'll get that over to you right away. So, yeah, definitely go and give them a follow as well.
And that's a double 2 keys. The key for the first cover appearance for the new Turtles in the Last Ronin series, and First Armored. So, book it.
Exactly, man. And Michael Schwartz wrote a great book. I think you guys, Don, you're going to really enjoy the read.
Yeah.
Chia, thank you so much for stepping in. Newbie fell short. He let the boy down. He let us down, but things happen.
I've told you I'm far superior to him, but you don't listen to me. I tell you every day.
Yeah. Like I said, definitely somebody worthy to talk books with. Now, the good looks stuff, I'm sorry about that, guys. I did my best.
Who even brings up the good looks? If you're constantly referencing the looks, that's it's worse than I thought.
Well, I'm showing the art germ boobies in hopes that somebody's gonna want to tune in for those, but then after we're stuck looking at these two guys here. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, appreciate you guys coming to tune in. Like I said, episode 50. There were announcements that were made at the beginning of the month, letting you guys know that we have some new shows that are going to be coming. So stick around because
they are coming.
Yeah, towards the later end of June, we're going to start getting into the rhythm. There's going to be obviously the recap of the June with the blacklist. So we recap the biggest sales within the month of June. And then after, we're going to also have the comic breakdown with myself and Jeb, where we're going to go through some of the comics that have been recently coming out and talking about where we think speculation or stories may be going. And of course, what's popping, myself, Chiapet, and Anthony from Reference Point Podcast. And of course, guests are always invited. We're going to be talking stuff pop culture related. We're going to dip out a little bit from comics and talk about whether it be sports, music, you name it, movies, anything, all of that fun stuff. So we're going to get into all of that. So guys, of course, like I said, it was a episode 50, a milestone one, but we're kicking it into high gear. There's a lot more stuff coming your way. And of course, a new guest every single week. Chia, tomorrow, Comic Legion, you'll be doing your thing. I'll be there in the chat. I make sure I get my claims in. Yeah, I'm getting my claims in.
It should
I'll
be a
fight
good one.
anybody here for some good books.
There's no need to fight. Listen, there's no more Battle Pope. It's off the table, so there's no need to fight anybody. We're all good.
Yeah. Newbie is banned. No, Newbie's postponed. He might. Newbie just might be the guest next week, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. It looks like something big happened for Newbie. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was episode 50. I will see you all next week for episode 51. So have yourselves a great week. And until then,
peace.
I love you guys. Yeah. Adios.
Go